I should put some music on. Hi, Kareem. You the first one on. What's up? Hello. Happy Memorial Day for those of you who've been celebrating all day. Thank you. Thank you for joining. You know I'm nervous, right? Like I haven't done this a million times. I started a little early just to give people time to come on before I get started. I was like, I should have played some music or something, huh? Y'all want to just sit and look at me while I wait? Hi, bestie. Thank you for joining. What y'all over there doing? I got my notes. I got my drink. What y'all drinking? Because I know y'all sipping on something. Secret is I'm actually drinking sweet tea. I'm not even drinking liquor. Let's see. I'm waiting on the person who asked the question I'm answering tonight to come on. Because she told me she was going to be locked in. So I'm going to give her this last little minute. Oh, and my mama. She said I can't start without her. So I'm waiting on my mama to get on too, y'all. There she is. Hey, Tori girl. This live is just for you. But, oh yeah, I'm still waiting on my mama. Bless her heart, y'all. Don't tell her I said that neither. So y'all know if y'all watching, y'all gonna have to talk to me in these comments, right? Because I don't like feeling like I'm talking to myself. And that's it, LT. I need y'all to just, be prepared. Any questions y'all have about social media, go ahead and start dropping them. Yes, it's iced tea. I made it myself. I've been focused on my fitness goals over here. So, alcohol is a sabotager, when you're trying to get right. So I had to take a break from it. But let me tell you what's funny about this live. If you know me, you know I've been a social media manager and in social media marketing now for, I think this is year 6. And fun fact, I hate social media. Absolutely hate social media. However, for whatever reason, that's been where the bulk of my business comes from. It's social media marketing. And I use it because it pay the bills, but I hate it. I really do hate it. I'm gonna give one more minute just to see if I'm gonna hop on. I was just saying, saving real so I can. I know that's right, girl. You know what's funny? Before I got on live, I was creating content. I was like, I got my lights set up, my makeup done. Let me do some content. But definitely start saving them. Now's the perfect time. I know I need to respond to your consultation form tomorrow, but now's the perfect time to start planning before you launch, so you can have everything already ready when you launch. Well, I'm gonna get started. My mama will catch on whenever she catch on. Of course, most of you know I'm Toy. I am a digital marketing specialist. I specialize in social media marketing, email marketing, and content marketing. That is just kind of a little bit of what I do. So tonight's question was specifically about increasing your followers and your engagement on social media. And I want to take a step back and say that, number one, this live is not going to be the typical do this, do that type of hacks that people give for social media growth, because before you can even get to growing your social media following and your engagement, it's some kind of fundamentals that you have to understand. So like I said, I got my notes over here. So if you catch me glancing this way, it's just some notes. For those of you that know me on here, y'all know I can ramble and talk about this stuff all night. So definitely keep me together, okay? Keep me focused. But just, I got 5 little tips to just kind of help you get started, help you get your brain moving as it relates to your social media. And to start with the first one, I want you all to let go of your idea of what you think social media growth looks like. And I know this is hard because you have so many experts out here who push the whole do these 10 things and grow 1,000 followers by the end of the week, or they tell you do these things and you'll go viral tomorrow. A lot of it's not true, to be honest with you. As a social media manager, majority of that is not true. Overnight growth looks like 90 days worth of consistency. Okay, so people will say overnight growth and you expect whatever I post today will automatically go viral tomorrow. That's not true. Okay, it's going to take you at least 90 days. And if you really want to be real about it, 120 days of consistency to see growth. And this is something that I tell every client that I onboard when they want me for social media marketing. You cannot get upset with the results that you get within the first 30 days or 60 days or even 90, because it takes more than that to attract an audience, right? So we want to let go of the vanity metrics, which are followers, views, likes. Those are vanities, okay? And the reason why they're called vanity, think about a large account that you see. They could have like 125,000 followers, right? But then they have their likes hidden on their reels and their pictures, because they're not getting the likes, the engagement that is up to those. My mama texted me, y'all. I'm sorry. I told y'all I was waiting on them. But they're not getting the engagement that is consistent with that following, okay? So that's why I say you don't really want to look at the vanity metrics. You want to let go of that in terms of what growth looks like. Something else, growth looks different for everyone, okay? Some accounts do get the luck of they can post consistently for 30 days and they can see that astronomical growth. But I'll be honest with you, it's far and few in between. It's not as often and as common as what these gurus are trying to make you think it is, okay? So you also have to look at that. Growth is different for everyone. And not only is it different for everyone, you don't want to allow yourself to get caught up in like self-comparison. Because now what you'll do is you'll feel like, well, if it worked for that person, why is it not working for me? And then you'll slack up and you'll stop being consistent and you'll never see the growth. Okay, so I'm going to answer y'all questions in between each like little point, just so I can stay focused, because I don't want to be on here too long. So keep the questions coming. I see them coming. I'm going to come back to them once I finish each little section. So again, for those of you who just joined, hello, I'm Toy. Nice to meet you all. I am a digital marketing specialist. I specialize in social media marketing, email marketing, and content marketing. Even though I hate social media, that's what I do and it pays the bills. The first tip that I'm giving right now is letting go of what your idea of growth is. And like I said, it's not always fast and overnight. It looks different for everyone, and you do not want to get caught up in self-comparison. Okay, the thing something else people won't tell you when it comes down to growth is they'll tell you post 3 times a day, every day a week, but they won't tell you that they're running ads. And they're running ads that are targeted at a specific audience that's getting them views and getting them likes. That piece that's missed a lot. So when you are trying to grow organically, that's why I suggest that you do not get caught up in self-comparison and looking at everybody's growth overnight. So with that one, I'm going to go ahead and look through some of the questions. That was tip 1. I got some new people that have joined. Hello. My mom finally joined, y'all. Mom, I was waiting on you before I started, but you were taking too long. When it comes to going viral, Joycelyn, I think it's a combination of the two. Like, I think it is having the right piece of content at the right time, pushed out in front of the right audience, which sometimes is luck, to be honest with you. And then I'm not big on the algorithm, because to be honest with you, it changes so much, just the way that these systems process information. And if you constantly focus just on that, you really will never get a groove for it, because it changes so much. So when we get down to my second and third tip, you'll understand why I say that. But sometimes it is luck. Some people really do just post something and they get lucky by getting a million views overnight. Some people do. But like I said earlier, it's far and few in between, and you don't really want to trust on that. Something else, if you are a small business or you are an aspiring influencer, going viral should not be your goal. And we'll get to that in my point too. But yeah, going viral should never be it, because think about how many people go viral and they didn't have a product or anything to sell, and they got all them likes and all them views, and it didn't bring them no coins. And I'm the queen of conversion, okay? Like, I'm definitely working on the series now to tell y'all how to turn content into coins, because that's what's more important than followers and likes and views, okay? Next question. This makes me want to start a whole new page and just make this one personal. It depends on what your goals are. Like I say, we'll get to the second one, but It's not something that I suggest having a separate page from your personal and your business, most definitely. But if your goal is to be an influencer and you want to be a personal brand, then having your personal page, you really can just archive a couple of content pieces you have up and start from there. You don't necessarily have to start all over. And then, okay, I think I'm caught up on the questions. I should have had my mama here to read the questions for me. My numbers are stagnant and it's stressful, so thanks for sharing the vanity. Girl, trust me when I say I understand. Again, y'all, I've been doing social media marketing for 6 years now. I've worked with accounts who have over 100,000 followers. I worked with accounts who have between 50 to 100,000. And I've worked with startup accounts. And when I say it looks different for everyone, it's literally different for everyone. And larger accounts, sometimes, going back to Joycelyn asking about the algorithm, their content will get pushed first. So they're automatically getting views and likes just because every time their followers get on Instagram, that's the first thing that they see. So that's kind of what you up against. And if I was to give a suggestion to that, get active in your stories. Like, stories convert. Stories build engagement. Stories build customer retention. Get active in your stories. That's a way to get your people your audience that believes in you and they love what you do. That's a way to get them over to your content, which now feeds to the algorithm telling them that the people that you have following you currently are engaging, and now they'll show you to a larger audience, if that makes any sense. And I could do something about the algorithm if y'all want that. Just comment algorithm. Again, I'm not big into keeping up with it, but I can give you like little tips on how to kind of cheat the system a little bit, I guess to say. Yes, Kareem. So Kareem said I'm telling facts about ads. He does that. His marketing company, they do websites, SEO. If y'all need that, please call him, because I'll be honest with you. If you ask me about doing a website, his company is who I'm going to feed you to. So go ahead and follow True Digital. Kareem, go ahead and tag y'all down below, because they are the truth. That's my brother, my sister, Black owned and operated. I love them to pieces. That was a shameless plug. I'm getting back to it. Okay, so is it worth running ads? Yes and no. Again, it always depends on your goals. So I would never say no. But when it comes down to content marketing, everything has to have a purpose. Like, you cannot just throw up an ad and then get mad when it doesn't convert if you did not have a purpose for that ad. So that's something, I'm going to write that down, because I can go into do something a little bit more in depth with digital ads. But again, I'm never going to say it's not worth it. I'm just going to say, before you start spending money per click, you need to make sure that your expected outcome and your goals and stuff are in place with the content that you're pushing out there. If that made sense, go ahead and just put a thumbs up or something, because digital ads, we'll get a little bit more into that. My goal, honestly, you all, is to start going live every Monday at 9 p.m. So any questions that y'all have, please drop them. Please DM me. Comment when you see the story post, because that's how I'm going to generate these lives. And I'll bring people in, because like Kareem, we've been talking about going live together. That's what his company specializes in. So I might do a live with him in a couple of Mondays, and we'll just focus strictly on digital marketing ads and social media ads. So moving on to, I had some people join. Thank y'all. The first tip was to let go of what your ideas of social media growth are. The second one is going to be set realistic goals. Okay. A lot of us, the goal is 100,000 followers. It might not be a realistic goal for you. Okay. If your goal is to grow a lot of followers, I want you to step back and say, I want to build my presence, okay? Because building your presence is going to bring followers, right? And what does building my presence look like? Building your presence might look like, I need to show up online more. I need to show up on different platforms more. I might need to step back and find the right platforms to show up on. Like, I'll be honest with you all. Like I said, my specialty is social media marketing. It's been Instagram for the last 6 years. I'm starting to now, with my personal brand, branch off into TikTok, into YouTube. And some of my videos that do not perform well on Instagram, they do great on TikTok. And that made me start to realize that my audience between TikTok and Instagram are different. So I can't have the same goals for both social media platforms. So when you start to think about these goals, you want to let go of, I want to grow 100 followers by tomorrow. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of you are not, y'all don't have the time to put in the work that it takes to grow 100 followers overnight. Growing 100 followers overnight means that you need to be engaging with about 1,000 accounts every day. If y'all look at y'all analytics right now, how many of y'all reached 1,000, audience of 1,000 accounts within the last week? And be honest with me about that. Because see, it's I tell people when they work with me, you have to be honest. You have to. Like, I'm not judging. I'm teaching y'all what I know. I'm teaching you what has worked for my clients. So to be honest, whether you honest with me or not, I already know the truth. I already know. And to grow 100 followers overnight, it takes a lot more than just posting once a week and leaving it up to the algorithm. Okay, so when you're setting these goals, you don't want to try to look at, like I said, those vanity metrics. You don't want, oh, I want 100,000 views on this video. No, that's not a goal. If you are, I'll use my mom for an example. She has a shirt company. She sells t-shirts, right? Then her goal per post should be, I want one order. That's for her, that's a realistic goal. So then every piece of content that she puts on social media, her goal is to generate at least one order. And if you're an e-commerce company, that might be your goal as well. That's way better and much more realistic than saying I want 100 followers. If you're an influencer and your goal is to generate attention of brands, followers really and truly don't matter to brands no more. I'll be honest with you. I managed a brand's influencer marketing campaign, and they were not looking for influencers that just had large followers. Because again, those are vanity. Your large number of followers does not tell my business that you're going to sell that amount of products for my business and make me that much money. They want people who have high engagement rates. And in order to get a high engagement rate, you have to create content that your audience wants to see and wants to engage with. So your goals should reflect that expected outcome. If that made sense, once again, drop a thumbs up. And I'm looking for questions. Thank y'all for saying y'all love it. I'm seeing a thumbs up. Build my presence. Yes, we've talked about this in your strategy session, and honestly, you're doing an amazing job. You know, I hopped on your live the other night and loved every moment of it. I got your email, your text message about your event. Those are ways to build your presence, because now you've gotten my attention and you've stayed in front of me, and I'm gonna buy my ticket and come to the event. Okay, so thank y'all for the thumbs up. We're gonna move on to my little tip, my social media growth hack. Number 3, you gotta commit to your strategy. You have to. Like, with my personal brand and social media, as those of you who've been following me, y'all know, sometimes Cisco ghosts. I go MIA. I disappear. And that's just, some personal things. But for you to see growth in your business, you have to commit to your plan. You got to find what works for you. I meant to add that to the whole setting realistic goals. Find what works to you and then commit to your plan. And like I said to y'all, it takes about 90 to 120 days of growth of consistency to see that growth. So you're going to have to commit to your plan and your strategies for at least 2 to 3 months. And if your goal is to build brand presence, then that might be, I want to post at least one post every day for the next 3 months to see what that gets you. By the end of 30 days, you might see a little growth and might say, okay, I want to kick it up a notch for the next 30 days. And I'm going to post twice a day, every day. That's perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. And that is going to create a strategy that works for you. So I shared a video earlier. If y'all did not see it, please go watch that reel. But my mom and I were just having a random conversation. She said that she struggles with posting every single day, multiple pieces of content. And I told her that's fine. Because a lot of experts will overwhelm you with all these things that you have to do because they want you to purchase their services. Like, as a social media marketer, my goal is to convert you into wanting me to manage your social media for you. So yeah, I would get up here and tell you all these difficult things to do to grow your social media so that you would feel overwhelmed and just say, well, Toy, I'll pay you every month to do it for me. Okay, and then I'll do it for you. But the truth is, you can do it for yourself. You just have to find what works for you. And if posting once a day, 7 times a week is what's consistent for you, do it and stick to it. Commit to doing that for at least 6 weeks and then see what your outcome is, okay? So going into, because that kind of goes into my 4th tip and 5th tip. So the 4th one is going to be test different forms of content. Video content is not the only format of content marketing, okay? A lot of people right now, when they talk about content creation, they are specifically talking about video. So they're talking about reels, which I saw a question up there. I'm gonna swipe up and get in a second. They're talking about reels. They're talking about lives. They're talking strictly about video. But that's not the only format for content marketing. And a lot of people don't have time to create reels in TikTok videos multiple times a day for 7 times a week. So play around with different formats. Email. I'm telling y'all, email marketing, and why I love it, it's so easy. Really. You could literally type, my email I sent last week was, to date, my most converted email. It had about a 55% open rate. I had about a 40% click rate to my website and to the blog post that I was promoting. And all I said was, hey, boss babe, here's 2 things I want you to remember for the week. It was like, there's a space for you in the marketplace. Keep showing up. XOX, your marketing babe. And then I had a little bitty excerpt about, if you need more help, book a strategy session. And then I had the picture for my blog post and the link. And it converted. It was that easy. And I didn't have to think too hard about it. I sent that, and that one email got me that much of a conversion for the week. So for you, email marketing might be where your content needs to be put. Your website needs content. If you have a website and you are trying to get people to your website, you have to have content. So don't just think video. Okay. Now, of course, if you are an influencer, you could drop questions about content. We'll talk about that. But majority of the people on here, I know they are owning and operating small businesses and they're wanting to grow. And I just want y'all to know that social media is not the only way to push your content. Definitely keep it short and sweet. People got ADHD these days. Attention spans are decreasing. If you are posting reels, they are recommending, honestly, under 7 seconds to capture someone's attention. You have 7 seconds. And honestly, you got that first 2 or 3 seconds of your video to get me to even watch the whole 7 seconds. How many of y'all sit on social media and y'all literally do this when videos come up? If it don't catch your attention as soon as it pop up. If that happens to you, give me a thumbs up, okay? Because I know I do it all day. Baby, I be getting a little TikTok. I know your thumbs hurt because you've been scrolling too much. And most of the videos I done scrolled through, I didn't even watch because it wasn't entertaining. So I'm going to stop there while y'all give me those thumbs up. And I'm going to go see if I missed any questions. I should have had some hold music, you know? How would you start up knowing what to post for building a brand presence? Tasha, that's a great question. So you have to start by knowing your target audience. Y'all know by now I preach target audience. You have to know your target audience. So if you are, like for me personally, when I started with Marketing Bay, I knew that my target audience was honestly Black-owned businesses, small and startup Black-owned businesses that either didn't have any marketing, they didn't know how to market, and they was just posting, hoping that converted over to orders. So with that, my content was catered specifically around answering those questions. So for you, when you know your audience, whether you have the followers or not, you use that to start to build up the content that gets you out there. And something else that you can do, once you start getting followers, to be honest with you, every 100 followers that I gain, I revisit old content and just repurpose it. So I'm telling the same message over and over again. And as I gain an audience, they all getting the same information without me missing kind of that audience, if that makes sense. Let me know if I answered your question. If not, we definitely are going to go over that in your consultation because I read your form. That's my problem. I get to rambling. Me too, Tori. That's why I write scripts. If you ramble and you want to do talking videos or voiceovers, write a script. I promise you, it keeps you within that little time frame. I just was fortunate that my first minute videos started doing real good, and then Instagram gave me the 90-second videos, and people still watch when my videos are longer than a minute. Storytelling is also going to help you. You have to perfect storytelling if you want to do talking content. That'll also help you kind of cancel out that rambling. Okay, thank y'all for those thumbs up. I will get down to my last little tip, which is going to be track your results. And my mom is on here. I love you, mama. We had this conversation yesterday, which honestly prompted this last little tip. She was telling me something about her social media, and she was telling me that a video she used my son for has gotten like her the most views out of all of her content. And I asked her specifically, do you pay attention to what content performs well? And do you pay attention to what made that piece of content different from all the other content that you created? And she was like, honestly, no. And the reason why I asked that question, and I'm going to ask you all that question, if you pay attention to what pieces of content perform the best across your social media, I'm asking you that because if you have one piece of content that does extremely well, it's outperforming everything else that you post after that, then where you're dropping the ball at is you're not recreating and using that same formula. So if it was, I posted this one product and everyone loved it, okay, well then what did you do within that post, right? Was that picture outside? Was it water behind it? Was it bright? That might be something that people like. So now all your content now needs to look like that. If that video was 7 seconds and everything else that you've been posting is over 30, you might need to go back to using 7-second videos. So when it comes down to tracking your performance, you have to pay attention to these things. You want to pay attention to website clicks. You use your social media analytics. It's a little thing that'll say, go to, not Creator Studio on YouTube. I can't think of what it's called. Somebody help me. When you click on your profile on Instagram, it's a little thing that'll take you to all your analytics. Okay. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Well, I mean, be able to think of what it's called. When you click on that, it'll have accounts that you've reached, your followers. It'll even have a tab for your content. You can look at what content got the most views, what comment got the most engagement. Yesterday, I posted a video of me and my mom, and that post has gotten me more engagement. Not necessarily views, but more engagement than other posts. So guess what? Mama Ames is coming back to the page because I want that engagement, right? So, yeah, Tori, I'm going to say insights, but it's a little tab before you get to the insights. I just can't think of what it's called right now. On TikTok, it's analytics. On YouTube, you can see it within your content studio. But just simply saying it is you want to use that to track what's working. And you want to take what's working and you want to keep using it. When I said test different forms of content, that does not apply to what's working, okay? So if something is working for you, just keep recreating that. Another thing that I learned the other day, my audience liked when I took a tweet from a brand that they know, and I shared my opinion on how they could do better. That video has gotten me the most views in a while. And guess what? I'm bringing that back because it worked. That's what people want to see. So again, when we're talking about growing, we're not talking about followers. We're talking about getting that engagement, getting those people to now take the next steps to actually connect with your brand. And if y'all have any more questions, y'all go ahead and drop them and I'll answer them, because honestly, that's all 5 of my little tips for the night. I do want to do another live. It'll probably be next Monday, where I actually kind of go a little bit more into depth about like optimizing your profile, using keywords and hashtags and things like that. But like I said, when I started, I felt that these were the 5 things that you need to kind of get a grasp on before you even get down to the actual content creation portion or implementation of those like social media strategies. So to just recap what the 5 were, the first one was let go of what you think growing on social media looks like. Okay, and that the second one was setting realistic goals. And my little subtitle with that one is find what works for you. What's out here, everything out here doesn't work for you. It's a lot of information, but you have to find what works for you. My third one is going to be commit to your strategy, okay? Mama, I knew you were going to ask that. I'm going to answer that question just because Mama answered it, y'all. But let me finish recapping. 4 was test different formats of content, and 5 was track your results. So my mom, she asked me this the other day. So I probably should have made this the first live because she honestly was the first one to ask the question. But she wants me to expand on finding your target audience. So when you are starting out, I like to say that you have the ability to create the audience that you want to serve. Okay, so as I answered the question earlier about when you're starting to build your presence, and I shared that when I first started, I knew who I wanted to serve. I knew that I wanted to serve small startup Black-owned businesses. So I started to automatically create services that help them. Speaking of services and products, if you have not done so already, I do have a free social media branding identity worksheet available on my website. It's free. Download it. It is a resource that will help you kind of get your brand started when it comes to building your brand on social media. I'm working on releasing a couple of more free resources that you all can use. And also I have a content ebook coming out very, very soon. So please, please, please join my email list so that you can know when that's coming. But I'm saying this to say, when you are finding your audience and you're starting out, you don't have any analytics to go by, right? So you kind of have the flexibility to create who you want to serve. So think about the one person, I use this example all the time. If you were to take your ideal client, customer, brand partner to lunch, what do they look like? And be very specific. How old are they? What does their lifestyle look like? What problems do they have that your brand can solve? That's the easiest way I can say on starting out. Now, once you get in business, you've gotten a couple of orders, you've gotten some customers, start paying attention to the similarities between that audience. So are all of your customers Black women between 25 and 27? Because then that's your audience. Are all your customers men looking for dress socks? That's your audience. So as you grow, and I should have added this as one of them. Well, this will be a freebie under tracking your results. Pay attention to every follow you get, every comment you get, the serious ones, not the little spam ones, okay? Pay attention to those profiles and actually take the time to go to their profiles. If they're private, it don't help you keep moving. But if they're not private, look at what they do. What made them, that's where you can kind of figure out what made them want to come to your page and follow you. And you can use that to understand your audience. Pay attention to the people who like every piece of content that you put out there. Because you do have those people that every time you post, they're going to like it. Start to pay attention to them. And now, okay, Alexa girl, thank you. I don't know if y'all heard that. Alexa telling my baby it's time for him to go to bed. But as you start to grow and you pay attention to these followers, that's a way to help you learn how to serve them with your content. So if that answered the question on target audience, put a thumbs up. I am working on some content to go a little bit more in depth about that. But I appreciate to everybody, before you start with anything, you have to understand your target audience, because that really and truly is the foundation for all the decisions and the content that you're going to make for your brand. So if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm done. I didn't want to be on here longer than 30 minutes. I was really trying to keep it under 20, but I don't know how that didn't happen. But thank y'all for the feedback. I'm so glad it's helpful. I'm so glad. Like I said, my goal is to do this every Monday. We're calling it Marketing Mondays until I come up with something a little more, jazzy and cute. So y'all can join me every Monday at 9. And I'm going to give y'all more of this until I guess I don't have nothing else to give. So keep sending me your questions. Keep engaging with me in the stories, because I'm going to use that. Now that I said stories, somebody somewhat said something about a story. And I got to find it. Joyce said, let me change up my game plan. It's nothing wrong with changing your game plan up, okay? Dang, if you asked me about doing something with your stories, can you put that question back down there? Because now I don't see it. Or maybe I made it up in my mind. Maybe it was me. Okay. Thank you. I'm so glad y'all enjoyed it. I'm really looking for that question because I know I saw it. Okay, well. Oh, Kareem, he said stories versus reels. That's what he said. So I'm a summarize it as quickly as I can. I'm not gonna say one or the other. I'm gonna say both. But I'm gonna say use your stories to drive traffic to your reels. So something that I started doing, if you all view my stories, and you probably have noticed this, but yes, baby, you're not hungry. You just ate dinner.
I am hungry.
No, you just want to come on. Hurry up, say hi. Okay, bye. Well, you got a child that like to be seen. Yes, baby. Okay. I'm sorry. Like I said, if you follow me and you pay attention to my stories, and something that I started doing is using my stories to build up to whatever the topic is that my reel is going to be about. And with that, I've noticed that when I do that, like I kind of build up, And then I share, girl, he definitely got main character energy. I wonder where he get it from. But anyway, when I do that and I build up to the reel and then I add the reel into my story post, I get more engagement in those reels. And so that's why I don't say one or the other, but I'm going to say both. I'm just going to say leverage your story so that you can build up the attention and the views and engagement that you get in your reels. Something else with stories. Stories are, honestly, that's where you build your loyalty. Like, that's where the people who really, excuse my French mama, but for lack of better words, the people who really fuck with you, they be in your stories, okay? And I'm not talking about the ones that's just clicking because they're getting through. I'm talking about the ones who gonna heart everything you post. They're gonna respond and react to whatever little badges that you put up. Those are the people who really fool with your brand online. And your stories are a great way to convert them into becoming customers. So I hope that answered the whole story versus reels question. Said that was genuine. Girl, my child a mess. I love them to pieces, okay? But like I said, if y'all don't have any more questions, it looks like that was the last one. Just drop some thumbs up so I know that I've answered all your questions. And then we'll say good night because I got to go give my baby some loving. I need some background music. I'm going to find some like cute little lo-fi copyright free music so they don't ban my stuff. Just so for these little moments. So y'all not sitting here. Did y'all bring y'all cups like I told y'all to in the email? Even though I'm drinking sweet tea. I'm waiting for those thumbs up. That's one. Thank you, Joycey. And happy early birthday, bestie. Y'all wish my best friend happy birthday tomorrow. It's her birthday. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Mom, where's your thumbs up? You so silly.
I'm playing Fortnite with my cousin.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.
Girl, yes, this Lipton is all y'all getting, okay? Well, looks like that's everyone and everything. So again, thank y'all so much for joining. I hope I see y'all next Monday at 9 p.m. I have no idea yet what we're gonna. Yes, I do. I know what we're gonna talk about. And if you have not done so, like I said, go ahead, click the link in my bio, go to my website, download the social media brand identity worksheet. It's gonna help you get started with just kind of identifying some of your competitors. And if you know how I feel about competitors, that means you've seen my other reels. But it's going to help you kind of identify similar accounts, get a grasp on who you feel like your ideal follower is, and then also kind of help you to put down some accounts that inspire you, and that'll also help you with your content creation. I got a couple little more questions on there, but those are kind of the more prevalent sections that really will help you get started with your social media branding. And good night. I love you all. Thank you all for joining again. And like I said, I hope to see you next Monday at 9 p.m. Put it on your calendar, set a reminder. Yeah, because it's going to go down.